So we're on our second week, toward the middle of the second week, and it's Thursday, so I'm actually going to record some questions. I hope it turns out well. But I did want an update on, or update what was doing. Uh, I have lost another 2.5 pounds this week, and it seems like it was almost immediate after I started the ketogenic diet. So I think that knocked off some more water weight, and I'm continuing with the exercise. I have found that taking a little bit of the pure DHEA, um, you can order it on Amazon. It comes in a silver foil package. They if I tip my knife in just into the powder, because you have to, the dose is 1/64th of a teaspoon, and so you can take a quarter teaspoon, divide that in quarters, divide that in quarters, divide that in quarters, and you'll get a 64th, and that's way too much trouble. So I put the tip of my knife into it, and a little bit on the tip of the knife, and I put that in with my AM shake, and it's my little tip of motivation. When I do the DHEA, I find I am able to be motivated to get on the exercise cycle. I don't know why, and then if I don't do it, it's a struggle. So, and if I don't do it, it's because I forget. So we're going to have to work on my memory here. So I know I'm looking off to the side, but that's my list of questions I have up there. Uh, and then the other thing was, I also, the company sent me a free thing of glutamine for a review, and um, and so this was weird. I did the one set to failure. Actually, I did the exercycle, and then I got on the my vibration plate machine, and I didn't really do anything there except for just hold myself in a squat and just work some muscles. And I think I may have tried the straps and pulled resistance against that while I was on the machine. But then I got off of that and did one set to failure for biceps. And then I put a little bit of, no, it was a teaspoon of glutamine powder into, I think it was a Zevia soda, half a cup of Zevia soda, and drank that. And the next day, I had a bulge in my biceps and even now it's still hard. That wasn't there before. I was like, whoa, where'd this come from? So that was really, I mean, it's for after a post recovery workout, I think, or post workout recovery. But that was a result. However, it kicked my butt like the day after that. It was just really, um, uh, I mean, felt like I had the flu. So, and just really worn down, and so the next day, no, it was that same day. I felt like that in the morning, and so basically, I just stopped all extra supplements and just did the nutrients and my meal, and then felt much better the next day. So that glutamine, I think maybe it was the time of day or whatever, but I could not sleep or I could not rest properly. I just couldn't relax, and I felt horrible. So there was that. Let's see. Oh yeah. So in general, I've had more energy, and except for that one day, and that one day I just had to go with, let's recover as if I had a cold or something, and it turned out fine. So I just had to get something out of my system, and then my hair is thicker. I know it doesn't look a whole lot thicker, but that before in the mirror I could be like, oh man, that's so thin. You could see not bald spots, but it's getting thinner up there, and the hair just looks and feels thicker. And So that's amazing. I really wasn't expecting that. I mean, so soon, and it's not really growing hair right now, but it's just thicker and occupies more space, so it looks a lot better, I think. Um, and then whatever this is, it might be related to more energy, but I also have more motivation to get things done. I had gotten stopped for a brake light out, and he let me go with a warning, and I had my showed my insurance and registration, and everything was in order. So but I just had been going for weeks with that brake light out, and I knew about it, and so I tried avoiding braking in front of any policemen. Hey, this is the real world here. and all of a sudden, I jumped up, and there's an auto parts store nearby. I went there and got the bulb and sat there in the parking lot and replaced it myself. And before, I have a Volkswagen Jetta, and the taillight assembly is really quite complex, but I just got in there and did it. I didn't think about how complex. I didn't, get all anxious over, oh man, I don't have time to do this, or, whatever excuse I would have. So now I have a working brake light, whole tail light assembly. Went down to a neighbor's, and he used to be a city councilman, and sat and chit chatted. Actually got out among the community, which is, I think I said a few videos ago that I was, the less or the more I weigh, the less I wanted to get out and do. So that was a big step. And they're friendly people. I mean, it's not like, it's scary to go do that, but I did it. And then, so I think I'm going to stop that glutamine. It's just too much. So on the ketogenic diet, are we supposed to get more fat from skinny fat? Most of our fat from skinny fat. I mean, that can cause diarrhea, especially at the levels of fat that you have to have for ketogenic diet. And do we count like things like avocados as part of the fat, or are we just counting like fat, like butter, um, sour cream? Oh, and soft cheeses. I went to Whole Foods, and that was my first mistake, cheese department, and they have some wonderful soft cheeses. One called Double Cream, and I forget some of the other brands, but so I was wondering if those were okay, and I hope so because I've got some in the fridge, and I hope they freeze if it's not okay. And also, there are a lot. I wanted to see if I could add celery a little bit for cooking, and like you would use an onion, or cauliflower. Two vegetables for which there seem to be a lot of ketogenic recipes, and it's not critical that I do. I'm fine without them or can find substitute, but I just wondered if those two vegetables can be added to in with recipes. So that's it, and thanks for listening. I'll actually post these in written form in my email because otherwise you'd have to listen through this long video just to get to the heart of the matter, which is the Thursday questions at the end. Anyway, thanks for all you do, Caltons, and I'll talk to you later.